Here's my initial thoughts to the Time magazine article that President Trump just gave. It does not look good for Israel. It looks like Israel is the 51st state at the whim of whatever the Trump administration needs. I don't think that bodes well for Israel's future. I think that's something to be very concerned about. Just calling a spade a spade. There's a lot of propaganda out there about victory and perseverance, and I understand Israelis wanting to feel good after 2 years of fighting back. And of course, I'll add the normal disclaimers. This is not at all uh, a judgment on any of the heroes' sacrifice, living or dead, on any of the hostage families for what they would have done or did to try to their loved ones. This is not an indictment of any soldier that gave a lot of time and their personal energy. Put all of these things aside for 1 second. Let's just talk talkless to the point. Israel is in a very challenging situation if the sitting president of the United States is writing that he is going to decide if the murderer Marwan Barghouti will be released from jail. Not Israel deciding this. It is an Israeli court that convicted him, and it was Israelis that died as a result of his actions. Trump is saying that he will decide if Barghouti is released. Then Trump is also saying that if Israel were to annex Judea and Samaria, that it would lose all of American support, and that Trump has given guarantees to Arab countries. So the idea of a Palestinian state lives on. And the concept that facts on the ground and that things would change, it would be reshaped for Israel's positive future and security, really have to be called into question. Now, I'm not saying that this couldn't be part of a bigger meeting or something that Trump has to put out to Arab partners. But the idea that the sitting president of the United States can say these things should be very alarming for Israel. I don't know how strong the propaganda game is, but this essentially seems like, from reading this Time magazine article, that the political class of Israel had essentially nothing to do with the hostages being released. That it was Trump coming in and forcing his way based on economic incentives from America, and Trump had to force all these things on Bibi and on everyone else. So it makes Israel look like the 51st state of America. It makes it look like Israel has no sovereignty, no ability to make any of its own decisions, and also powerless to rescue its own hostages some 1.5 kilometers away. Israel didn't have the leverage to be able to even negotiate that without the United States. And therefore, they're submitting to the United States with whatever Trump or any other president would want.